There you go.
There's a pin on both sides. There's a pivot pin on both sides.
Yeah. Hey guys, Maury at 316 Automotive along with Patrick.
Oh, morning.
And we are taking out the hydraulics on this Saab 9.3 for the top because they're roached out. Let me show you. You see all the moisture? This thing is leaking real bad. It's soaked here in this area where the hydraulic rams are on the convertible top. And it all comes down. There's a little hose that comes out here in front of the wheels, and it all comes out there. And so we want to replace those. We're going to be filming this from time to time. Pat's working on getting that side out, the hydraulic rams, and we're going to fiddle with them and get them out. Folks, I wanted to show you this on the old interweb. This is some instructions from tophydraulics.com, and you can see them right there. You can go down to the bottom and you'll see instructions, and you pick the proper instructions, and these guys have a whole raft for pretty much any car. Of course, I'm just concentrating on the Saabs. So just make a note of that. Tophydraulics.com has got a whole raft of instructions on how to do this. Look what just came in the mail today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 brand new cylinders from the folks at Top Hydraulics in Oregon. They went and they rebuilt these cylinders. They were very leaky, especially right up here. And I've got an extra set of cylinders on the car right now from a donor car. They're just as leaky as the originals. And these are the original cylinders. So I just sent Top Hydraulics all the originals, and they went and rebuilt them. You can see these things are swaged together. There's a swage joint. There's another swage joint. So they got to have a way of getting these things undone. And then they, on these 4 here, they had to put new shafts in them because the old shafts were pitted and rusted. They go underneath here, right underneath in that area. Weather gets to those more. Where this one back here underneath is the tonneau cover cylinder. That shaft was all right. So this is the original shaft, just new seals and everything. And so it's I'm going to be changing these out, and because the cylinders that I got in there right now from the donor car, it takes about 3 weeks to leak down, 2 to 3 weeks to leak down, and then you've got to refill the reservoir, so that's no good. So I went and sprang for this, decided to have this done. FYI, if you do this, there's a place in Florida called Cabriolet Hydraulics, and then Top Hydraulics here in Florida. Both of them are the same prices. They do the same service, and to have this job done is pretty pricey. You got to want to have it done in order to get your top working again. So I'm not going to tell you the price. You can call up yourself and find out, but they're proud of their service. And so, all right, I'm going to show you how to do this step by step, hopefully. First thing you want to do is, for the tonneau cover, you got to get this sidewall off here, and that's got a bunch of nuts that are way up underneath there. You can't see them, but you can feel them, and you get them off. They look just like those guys right there. That's a 10 millimeter. That strap hole down there is 12 or 13 millimeter, and you got a bunch of them to do, and then you can pull this cover off, and then you can get to what you're talking about. So here we go. All right, guys, let me show you in the trunk here. I've got the trunk cylinder in, and you can see the little triangular clip right there that goes through the it goes on part of the stud that goes in there and that little pipe that comes out of there, and that holds it in. And back here you can see it's got one cotter key type of thing that goes through that clevis, and that's what holds it in. Over here you can see going up to the passenger side, I've got the hoses routed, and there's what the pump looks like from the back. You can see how nicely dressed the hoses are coming out of the pump with those plastic clips. I'm going to get some more plastic clips and dress these hoses, but you want to make sure that these hoses that are right here coming out on each side are pretty flat. So flat like in all in the line. Hey guys, I'm going to show you a top tip for getting these hydraulic cylinders out. You see these little hold-in pins? They've got threads right in there. They're really tough to get out. I got this one out already. I'm going to show you how to get them out that I've used successfully. If you look down here, let me see if I can get down there. You see this? You see this screw sticking out here? I've threaded it into the hold down pin, and now I'm going to grab my needle nose pliers. I've got it. I threaded in there just a few threads. Voila. And it comes right out. However, if you're going to do this method, yes, it works. It's very fiddly, these little screws here, very fiddly. And if you drop it, it's going to go down into the catch can, and you got to go get yourself another screw. The liquid catch can with those actuators sit in. So, top tip, but just be careful about it, all right? See down there? There we go. That booger is in there. Unscrew it. And there you go. Now I'm going to put my cotter key in there. This cylinder is done. Well, it's got to go up to here, but I'll do that in a bit. Now I'm going to put in the other one here. That's the old one right there. That's the new one. I'm going to get the other new one for here. And then we're going to clip them in, and I'll show you about that. Hey, here's another top tip, guys. Whenever you're assembling these cylinders or rams, Teflon tape. Get you a roll of Teflon tape and wrap it up, and go the same way as the nut is going to go on, so that it won't unravel. It'll tighten up. It'll be fine. And I got to do this side too, but I'm doing all of them. So make sure you do that, and you should be all right. Okay, there's what they look like all installed. Got the hoses down, and make sure you don't kick those hoses down there. The ones that curl back around, do not kink them. And I was careful too, but I've got all the clips, and I've got everything reconnected. This is the passenger side. I'm going to do the driver's side, and then tomorrow I'm going to do the tonneau cover in the trunk. Hey guys, I wanted to show you something on the driver's side. When you're doing stuff like this, there's the new one, there's the old one. Have the new one there and ready, and do it progressively. Like, do this joint, do that joint, do that joint, etc., etc. Do that one. Don't do them all at once. Do them one at a time and transfer them over to the new. That way you know you got it. All right, I'm back after everything has been repaired. You can see everything works okay with the top. Everything's dry. These are the rebuilt cylinders. 2 here, 1 under there for the tonneau cover, and 2 more over there. But I wanted to show you how I repaired the bag here. A seam right there, a seam right there, and then of course another seam just like this over there. What I did is I just took a curved needle and some thread, and I just sewed it up, each one, once one way and once the other, on everything. And then I took some liquid electrician's tape. It's not very viscous sealant is what it boils down to be, but it's pretty good stuff. And I just brushed 2 coats on it, and it's been a couple weeks now of the top going up and down. Let me show you that other side here. And they are looking good. So I cannot complain too much at all. I didn't want to take the bag out because, man, that looked like a lot of work to me. And in reality, fixing the bag here at these 3 locations, it probably took me 3 hours of sewing and that liquid electrician's tape thing. So, who knows? All right, that's it for now. Anyway, the top works good, and we're adjusting. I'm adjusting this thing here a little bit outward that way because right here it needs to go out a little bit. Other than that, it's pretty good. So, see ya. Hey guys, Maury here. I just wanted to give you an update on the status of the top on the 9.3. As you remember, Patrick and I went and replaced all the cylinders and all the lines. Still couldn't get the top to move correctly. It would move some. The 5th bow here would go up, wouldn't go back down. The top would move sometimes. Something was wrong. And so we made some adjustments in the switches, like the little micro switch on the far side that you see me pointing to, right where the hinge mechanism is over there, and it still wasn't working. So I brought it to Auto House Unlimited here in Tulsa. Nader Khalid, the former Saab dealer in the Tulsa area, and he and his mechanic Isaac Smith, they went to work on this thing, and about 3 days later they had it all working again. They had to replace another switch. I don't know where they replaced another switch because we had a bad micro switch somewhere. He had to do some adjustments, and he had to do a new software load for the top. That's what they tell me, and I don't know why, but that's what it is. So I'm going to show you how the top works now, and it works well. So I'm going to fire it up, and I'm going to let you see that. So as you saw, the top works well, up and down like it's supposed to. So that new software load really helped out, along with the switches and the setup that they did at Auto House Unlimited. I didn't know how to do that. I obviously don't have access to the software, and so I went as far as I could with what I knew and my supplies, and then let them take it the rest of the way. All right, now we're going to be, let me show you this. We're going to have to put in the back seat and put in the side panels and such, as you can see, and the trunk area. There's all the trunk stuff over there. That's got to go back in. So that's what I'm going to be doing the rest of the day, and I will keep you up to date. All right, talk to you later.